Bachelor in Paradise, Gary Levingston addresses drug rumors. August 25, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News. Fans, Gary Levingston was a fan favorite on Joan Vasso's season of The Golden Bachelorette. But Gary, who is the godson of music icon Tina Turner, didn't make a connection with Joan. He was sent home in week 4. But his fashion and humor made him a standout contestant on The Golden Bachelorette and now Bachelor in Paradise. An episode of Bachelor in Paradise recently featured a date between Golden contestants Gary Levingston and Nancy Hochauer. Their behavior on the date sparked speculation that drugs were involved. Keep reading to find out what Gary said about the drug rumors. Gary Levingston is the unexpected playboy of Season 10. Gary Levingston and Leslie Fima were the first cast announcements when Jesse Palmer revealed that the Golden contestants would join Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise. But what viewers did not expect was for Gary to turn into the unproblematic playboy of Season 10. So far, the only drama involving the Golden contestants was April Kirkwood's rose ceremony shocker. She gave her rose to Jonathan Johnson instead of any of the senior men. 3 Golden men, Jacqueline Toney, R.J. Johnson, and Charles King went home after April's decision. That left just Gary, Kim Bouquet, and Keith Gordon to woo the remaining women. In a somewhat surprising turn of events, Gary Levingston is a hot commodity on the beach. He went on a fun dancing date with Leslie Fima and was given a rose by Natasha Hardy. In the latest episode, he went on a date with Nancy Hochauer. Bachelor in Paradise fans took to social media to react to Gary being the Golden Playboy of the season. It's because he is smart, articulate, fun, and appears to be a genuinely decent guy. Gary actually has some riz. A lot of the Golden men are awkward. He's cute, he's super nice, and it seems he isn't putting on douchey airs. Plus, compared to how the young ones are acting, he seems even better. I think it's a combination of personality and he looks and acts younger than the other Golden men. But does Gary find love? Not according to one fan. They wrote, "Make no mistake, that man is friend-zoned." Bachelor in Paradise star addresses drug rumors. Friend-zoned or not, Gary Levingston is having the time of his life on Bachelor in Paradise. After arriving at the beach, Nancy Hochauer invited Gary on a date that involved a cacao ceremony. The two seemed out of sorts throughout the date, sparking speculation that Nancy and Gary ingested more than raw chocolate. The shady producers put a blurb on screen that Gary was still tripping from the date. Were drugs involved? Gary Levingston cleared up the rumors during an interview with US Weekly. He made it clear that drugs were not involved in the date. There were no narcotics, there were no drugs, nothing that went into this temple of mine that is of anything other than some raw chocolate, which was cacao, I guess they call it. Gary Levingston, US Weekly. As for the attention he has received from the ladies, he said it was very flattering and humbling. Share your thoughts in the comments about Gary and Nancy's Paradise, cacao date. Gary Levingston addresses drug rumors, the truth he hid in Paradise. The whispers in Paradise. There's no calm quite like the calm before a scandal explodes. When Gary Levingston first stepped onto the golden sands of Bachelor in Paradise, few could guess he would become its most talked about contestant, not for love, but for rumors swirling faster than the tide. He was charming. He was funny. He was always a little too relaxed. "I swear, the guy never blinked," muttered one producer off camera. At first, his behavior was chalked up to nerves, or maybe just that California cool vibe he radiated. But by week 2, whispers were louder than waves. Contestants were seen talking behind palm trees. A certain villa door was knocked on in the dead of night, and somewhere in the editing bay, producers began holding back footage. Was Gary using drugs on set? From fan favorite to controversial mystery. Before Paradise, Gary Levingston was a fan favorite on The Bachelorette, finishing strong in the top 4. His emotional exit left viewers heartbroken and craving more. He was the sweet guy with a past, Bachelorette Kendra M. once said in an interview. There was something about him, like he'd seen things, done things, but still wanted to be better. That past was never defined. Gary played coy, A few mentions of a rough college phase and a rebellious stint in LA were brushed aside with a smile and that signature wink. So when the rumors started flying in Paradise, fans were divided. Was this just a targeted smear campaign, or was there truth behind the smoke? The leaked clip that changed everything. It wasn't the show that broke the silence, it was the internet. A leaked clip surfaced on Reddit, just 15 seconds. Blurry, shaky, but in it, Gary is seen in a bathroom, door half shut, speaking rapidly to a crew member. "I thought you said no cameras, man." He says, "Just chill out, you're acting sketchy." Then Gary slams the door. The Reddit subreddit exploded. Was he hiding something? Was he high? Why did he look so paranoid? Producers quickly scrubbed the clip, but the damage was done. TikTokers theorized it was cocaine. Twitter, now X, asked why ABC hadn't addressed it. Instagram was flooded with Garygate memes. Gary, meanwhile, stayed silent. A secret intervention. Behind the scenes, Bachelor in Paradise producers weren't laughing. A source close to production told Pop Crave Buzz that an informal intervention was staged. Not in front of cameras, not with therapists, but with Gary, a showrunner, and a contract in hand. They were ready to pull him, the source claimed, but he swore on everything he was clean, even agreed to a drug test, said he just had anxiety. Honestly, it got real dark for a second. Producers didn't release that part of the story. Instead, they edited Gary into a laid-back bro character who always had a drink in hand but rarely showed emotion. He floated through dates, women liked him, but few trusted him. He never cried, never fought, never seemed fully present. Until Janelle. Love with Janelle or distraction? Janelle Rodriguez came in week 3, a bold, confident, late arrival who shook things up instantly. Within 24 hours, she'd taken Gary on a date that ended in a kiss that lit up Twitter. "They were perfect," a fan commented. "She made him human." Janelle didn't know about the rumors at first. She said later she never read Reddit. But as they grew closer and Gary opened up, she sensed something was off. He said he had insomnia, that he took something to help sleep. Then he said he'd had a problem with Adderall years ago, Janelle revealed on a podcast after filming wrapped. "I don't think he was lying, but I do think he was hiding something." She confronted him. Cameras rolled. "Are you using anything, Gary?" she asked gently during a moonlit beach conversation. He looked stunned. "What? No. Why would you even ask that?" His hands shook, his voice cracked. I've been through some things, but I came here to be better, I swear." The edit cut there. The next morning, Janelle was crying in the bungalow. Gary was gone from the beach. He left the show without a rose ceremony. No explanation. Until now. Gary breaks his silence. Months later, in a candid sit-down with Click Flair's Rose Table, Gary finally told his story. The headline? "I wasn't high, I was broken. Gary Levingston finally speaks on drug rumors." He sat across from host Elise Byrne, no sunglasses, no drink, just raw vulnerability. "I had a panic disorder I hadn't told anyone about," he began. "Back in college, I used to self-medicate, mostly Adderall and Xanax. Never heroin, never anything hardcore. But when I went on Paradise, I was off everything, cold turkey." He explained the pressure, the cameras, the alcohol, the heat. It was like walking through a minefield with no shoes on. I'd wake up at 4 a.m. gasping. My body was screaming. I had withdrawal symptoms even though I wasn't on anything anymore. My mind tricked me into thinking I was losing it. The bathroom clip? That was a panic attack. I thought I was being followed. I thought the producers were out to humiliate me, and I snapped. But I never used. And as for the drug test, I took one. It came back clean. They still cut me out like a cancer. And I get it, it's a business, but I wish they'd shown the truth. The fan backlash and support. Gary's confession triggered waves across Bachelor Nation. Some fans doubled down. Sounds like classic denial. Anxiety isn't an excuse for erratic behavior. Others rallied behind him. Mental health is real. ABC failed him. Gary deserves another chance. Redemption arc. When? Janelle, for her part, posted a short but poignant message on her Instagram story. "He told me the truth too late. I hope he finds peace." ABC's statement and the future of reality stars. Under growing pressure, ABC released a statement. "The safety and well-being of our cast is our priority. While we don't comment on individual mental health matters, we encourage all our alumni to seek support where needed." Critics weren't impressed. One former contestant, who asked not to be named, claimed mental health support is minimal on set. "They have a therapist on call," she said, "but good luck getting access to them when the cameras are rolling. You're more likely to get handed tequila than a therapy session." With reality TV increasingly under the microscope for how it treats contestants, Gary's story added fuel to a growing fire. Redemption or just the beginning? Gary doesn't claim to be perfect. He doesn't say he was wronged by everyone. "I made mistakes," he admitted. "I should have been honest with myself and with others from day one." But he also believes in second chances. In his final words on Clicflare's Rose Table, he said, "To anyone who watched me and felt confused, I get it. I was confused too, but I'm not running anymore. Not from the cameras, not from the rumors, and definitely not from the truth." Bachelor Nation may love drama, but it's stories like Gary's that stick with you. Because under the glitz, the palm trees, and the champagne, sometimes the biggest battles are the ones no one sees.